Okay, this video is about the classification of matter, and although you guys learned some of this in honors chemistry, there's a lot more diagram reading that goes into it in regards to AP chemistry. So watch the video, it won't be long, answer your notes, and then take the quiz. Okay, what is matter and what is not matter? Well, matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. If it isn't matter, then it's energy. Now, for most of you, you're like, matter, everything. Air is not matter. It has no mass. Actually, you guys, it does. Air is also matter. So a lot of things are matter. Things that aren't matter would be like light, sound, heat, okay, electricity, things like that are not matter. There are two types of matter, substances and mixtures. Substances have a uniform and definite composition, whereas mixtures are a blend of at least two substances and they have variable composition. So a mixture is made up of substances. Substances can be further divided into two more categories, compounds and elements. Elements are easy to identify because they appear on the periodic table of elements. They are made up of only one type of atom. Compounds, on the other hand, are substances that are made up of two or more elements bonded together. So compounds are made up of elements, just like mixtures are made up of substances. Elements are found on the periodic table. They are made up of one type of atom. When you see an element, typically we describe it as all the same color. Because you can't see an atom, we draw them all spherically the same, and then we shade them to distinguish what type is different from another type. In this case, this is a picture of an element because they're all blue. They're all the same type of atom. Compounds are made up of two or more types of atoms chemically bonded together. In this case, they would look something like this. Light blue and dark blue atoms chemically bound together. There's a bond that exists between them. If that bond wasn't there, then it wouldn't be a compound. Mixtures can be further broken down into two categories as well, homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous. Hetero means different. Therefore, this type of mixture is not uniform in composition. It has different parts. Homo means the same. That means the composition is the same throughout. These types of mixtures are also called solutions, and I will often ask you, what is a solution? And you should say a homogeneous mixture. They mean the same thing. In a mixture, it's important that you note that every part keeps its own properties. Therefore, they can be physically separated back into their own components. Like salt water. Boil the water away, you have the salt remaining. It can still be physically separated. In a mixture, you have to have either different compounds or elements mixed together. Remember, they're not chemically bound to one another. You could have a mixture of elements, a mixture of compounds, or a mixture of elements and compounds. So in this case, this is a mixture. You have different light blue and dark blue, and they're not chemically bound together. Now, is this a mixture of elements, a mixture of compounds, or a mixture of elements and compounds? Since all the blue ones are individually in this picture, none of them are chemically bound to anything. There are no compounds present. This is just a mixture of elements. Here's another picture depicting the difference for you. You've got a mixture of elements in the green and orange, and on the right you have a mixture of elements and compounds. The two pink ones are elements because even though they're bound together, they're made up of the same type of atom. The compounds are the green and pink ball sets all bonded together. So you have a mixture of elements and compounds. Depicting heterogeneous mixtures versus homogeneous mixtures is a little more difficult when you look at pictures, but if you notice on the left one, the homogeneous one is all evenly distributed. On the right, all the sodium chloride is at the bottom and all the water is at the top. That makes it a heterogeneous mixture. That's it. Good luck on your test.